Hey guys, welcome to another video of Traders Academy. Today we are going to cover CYCN. That was a ticker symbol that we traded today, and I got a question as to why I chose this stock. So let's review it a little bit, shall we? But first, let me say I am not, Traders Academy, and I are not financial advisors. I am simply sharing this information for entertainment and educational purposes. And as you know, always we recommend you do your own due diligence before entering a trade. So with that said, let's get started on this. As you can see right here on CYCN, we gapped up and we had a trade line VWAP cross. Ideally, I would have entered in this area right here, but I was busy trading other stocks at the time, so I did not. But as you can see, we put in a high right here around 459, 460 area. So let's go and put in a resistance line right there to help us out. As a beginner trader, and even, I still put resistance lines, not just beginner traders. I put resistance lines on my chart to help me, remember where resistance or support is. So always remember prior resistance prior resistance can tend to act as support. Not it will act as support. It can tend to act as support if the stock is strong. Okay. So we're now looking for this area to hold support on any pullback. You can see this huge volume increase on the break of this prior high. That is a signal that the stock is strong, and we went up and made a new high of the day. So now let's draw out our fibs. Okay. So now we got our fibs. What else do you see? Well, the 50 Fibonacci level is at 456 area, so it lines up with this prior high. Okay. Now we can go to the 15-minute trade line, 15-minute chart, and it was right around this area. You can see that the 15-minute trade line right over here is at 451. Okay. So now, let me zoom back out. In. So now we have a prior high here. We have the 50 Fibonacci level here lining up with it, and the 15-minute trade line lining up right here. We got three things lining up right here. We had a huge volume increase on the break of a prior high, and now we can see that we had low volume pullback. See that low volume, how it's decreasing? That's a good sign for this stock. So that's what caught my attention. Now, yes, the stock is consolidating right here, but it broke VWAP slightly, and it's slightly trading below the trade line, but it's consolidating in this level. So I'm looking for this to make a push, because this is a high probability setup, because you have three things lining up right here on a prior resistance level, which should now be support. The stock came down and it bounced right off there. It didn't even touch it. It bounced right off there. So it's consolidating there. So if we go to my alerts, let me bring that over here. And let's see. Right here. So at 10:52 a.m., I sent an alert saying CYCN, I'm bidding to get long at $5 with the stop at 450 area. Okay, that was at 10:52 a.m. I know it says 9:52, but that's my time. So it was 10:52 Eastern time. So now we extend. I had my bid order right there, and I thought I was not going to get filled, because at the time the stock was already trading up here well above $5. And I said, well, I'm not going to market order into this one. If I get my fill, I get it. If I don't, I don't, and I just let the stock go. But I sent the alert either way, just in case somebody wanted to get long ahead of me or whatever. We all trade differently. So, but yeah. So the stock came back down, and it filled my order right in this area. So then I alert CYCN, I'm long at $5, stop around 450 area. And the reason I chose 450 again is because the prior resistance was 460, and we have the 50 Fibonacci level at 456 and the 50-minute trade line at 450. So I want to go slightly below this prior high. Okay. Now we look back further, and on the alerts, I say CYCN, my first take profit is the high of the day area. Why the high of the day? Well, I've always said, I've mentioned it in other videos, and I've told my members in chat that you always want to take profits in front of a prior high, because that will could act as resistance. The stock could very well come up to here and put in a double top and reject, and then you could have took some profits and minimized your loss, and now the stock pulls back and you end up selling for a loss. Well, if that happens, at least you minimized your loss because you took some profits at this level. So I always say take profits in front of a prior high. Okay, so we took profits in this level. Let's see. First take profit, high of day area. Then let's see, testing high of the day. CYCN took some profits at 540. So we took some profits right in this area. And then the stock extended. Next take profit, $6 area. And then the gap fill around 660. So then, of course, we got a nice push, very nice push here. And CYCN took more profits at 619. So that was right around this area. We took more profits. So let's see, my first take profit was right in this area. My second take profit was right in this area. My entry was right here. Excuse me. And let's see. At 11:30 a.m., I say CYCN, if you did not get long, you could enter here at 570 with a stop at 530 area. So this was right here on this candle. I said if you did not get long, you could get long right here and put your stop at 530. So by then, we have extended our Fibonacci's to this area. And why 530? Well, if you come over here, this prior high was right around the 540, but the 38.2 Fibonacci is at 530. So this, and also, VWAP is right around at the time here, I believe. Yeah, VWAP was at 538 roughly. It was slightly lower than that actually at the time. But so that's why you use the 530. And if somebody entered right here, of course, they should have took some profits here and more profits on this next push. And in fact, I learned I took more profits at 650. That's the chat going on. So then I said CYCN, we'll split my last piece in two and take more profits around $7 area. And let's see. And of course, the stock came up to 690. I did not have a limit order. I was planning to market order out whenever around this area, but I was distracted with another stock, and unfortunately, I don't think I took profits on there. So I did not take profits there. And then we draw out our fibs, and we come back, and right here, I did not like this. But I sent the alert. I said, CYCN, you can exit now or hold to the 530 area, right in this area. I said, CYCN, I am risking to 530 area, but risk giving back some profits, which I did. But the reason I was holding was because this setup right here was similar to this setup right here. We had a huge increase in volume to a new high. We had low volume pullback. We had a Fibonacci level lining up with this prior high. And at the time, right here, we had the 15-minute trade line at 526, which also lined up right here. So it was it was an identical setup to write on this other setup that we entered earlier in the morning. Unfortunately, it did not work out. So if I was not long the stock already, you know, I would have probably waited to see confirmation here to get long. But since I was already long and I had took plenty of profits, I decided to hold my last piece of my position um, because of that setup. But not only that, if you look at the daily, of course, we got a gap fill right in this area. Uh, right in that area, we had a gap fill, which we filled and then rejected from it. Look at that rejection on the daily chart. But we also have a huge gap on this other. If you go further to the left, we have a huge gap. We had room to the $9 area. We did have some resistance here at 8, but yeah, roughly around there. But like I said, the setup did not work out. Now the stock may not be dead. I mean, it's still hanging around this level. It still could curl up and get back above VWAP. If it does, with an increase in volume, I would attack that trade again. I would attack that stock again. So yeah, that's pretty much what was behind that trade setup. Now I did not know what the stock was going to do. There is no way, there's no possible way for me to know that. All I do is see a high probability setup and attack that setup. That's what our job as traders is. We attack the setup. If the setup fails and we get stopped out, we get stopped out. No emotions. We'll go on to the next trade. Stick to your stops and. If the stock works out, you start taking profits. You start feeling profits in front of prior highs. Also use the highs on the daily chart. The resistance levels on the daily chart. That's why we put some of the resistance levels on the watch list. In fact, CYCN. Well, no, I did not have that on the main watch list. It was a back burner. But yeah. So yeah, and this is another example on the back burners. We put out the watch list, but sometimes those back burners can make good moves. I mean, you always got to keep an eye on them and fall back on them if nothing else is moving during the day. Now we made some killer trades. I'm still in LIZI, ATOS is being a pain, but it's still holding. It's holding that 15-minute trade line, as you can see. So I'm watching for that. If that breaks, I will exit that position. My stop's around 430 area, so I still think we have potential to move up on that, but we will see. I was watching BYND there, but so yeah, I hope this helps you out. I hope it does. And if you have questions, just leave your question. Post your questions in the comment section. And please give a like on our YouTube channel. And subscribe to it if you find the information valuable. And if you give us a like, it will help. It will help us get more out. Get more exposure on the YouTube. Because right now we're starting. We just started our group not too long ago, so we're still small, and I realize that my videos are not as great as some of the other YouTube videos out there, but I try to give good information and hope that that it helps other traders to identify setups and all, and as I said, just give us a like and tell your friends about us. Tell your friends about our Facebook group. See if they want to join. We plan on building a big team and a strong team. So, yeah, that's it. Y'all enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.